First and foremost, I want to say Kalayam Yahweh Shema Shai Beshema Gakodash. In double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. Taza Panya checking in. One other video, more going to be edifying to elect. And of course, before I forget, honors, of course, to the brothers pushing this truth across the full corners of all sincerity. Alright, so let's get into this video. We'll start at Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So to walk just means the way you carry yourself. Circumspectly pretty much means around. Spectly means to watch and be diligent. To watch how exactly, diligently, circumspectly, goes back to exactly, but pretty much means circumspectly, diligently watching everything and then filtering all the events of the scriptures. Absolutely. And you could tie something like this into second Ezra, the ninth chapter, where it says, measured out the time diligently in itself. When I see part of the signs pass, which I told you before, then shall may understand at the same time when highest begin to visit the world which he made. And then you can also go to Proverbs, the 8th chapter, where it speaks on blessed is the man that stands at his doorposts, daily watching at his word. So I'm paraphrasing, we can go, you're just watching daily at the gates. So yeah, this is the book of Proverbs 8:34. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. Right? Which means that you're watching the news. That's what it represents by watching daily at my gates, wait at the post of my doors, watch on the news, and redeeming the time through the scriptures. Right? So gates represents the door, and we watch daily for the prophecies coming to pass. Post my door, the doorpost. It's like we're waiting at the door. Like I can't wait to see what's happening next. And that's what you gotta do. Right? Like this whole thing. We're supposed to have a ceasefire, but it looks like Amalek is attacking southern Lebanon, man. So, hey, man, we gotta see these coming days. Is it just fighting just gonna restart again, or what? You know what I mean? See how long this shit lasts. Ephesians 5:16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Absolutely, right? And when I look at other translations, redeeming pretty much means make an opportunity of your time, right? So I looked up this one, to make wise and make every sacred use of every opportunity for doing good, so that zeal and well doing as it were the purchase money by which we make the time our own. Right? So yeah, man, we gotta make good use of our time, right? Because we know that the days that are coming are evil, man. So, we gotta push this truth. We gotta make our videos, we gotta do our duty, we gotta watch the news, see what's going down, filter it through the scriptures, and then, push these videos out, man. This is the book of Thessalonians chapter 5:1. By the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. Yeah, because you already know. You know what I mean? Wars, rumors of wars, famines, plagues, pestilences, all these things that come in the past, earthquakes, all these things, have been coming to pass, man. So we're just waiting for this MOTB, to start coming out here. he pushed out more eventually for it to become mandatory, man. Jacob's Trouble, and so on and so forth. These are things that we're looking to see, right? Because we know in the midst of Jacob's Trouble, they're gonna push that thing, the MOTB, and be like, hey, that's gonna be the order I kill. This is what's gonna get you your job back. This is gonna make society be able to function again, just like they did with the with the Windows 19 jump shot, right? For yourselves know perfectly, the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. Yeah, it's a thief in the night to the people in the world. They don't know when it's gonna come. Really, no one knows, right? But it's gonna come to a complete surprise to them because they're not watching the prophecies or redeeming the time. All right, but our elders and apostles on down, all right, we're down to his men. We're redeeming the time. We're going into the news, breaking it down. Making our videos. You know, every man to his lot, of course, because some brothers, lot, aren't always to be speakers or to be prophets. Some brothers are to just give alms and maybe just be on the comment board and so on and so forth. Watch the videos. Right, every man to his lot. Right, but us as a whole, as a body, right. Yeah, man. We're redeeming the time. The one would be the elect. Right. For when they shall say peace and safety, then some destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Yeah, that's what these people, man. Yeah, they always say, peace and safety. Right? They think that this place is just gonna last forever and ever and ever. They're more focused on their career, making money, so on and so forth. When they see his men, the Lord's men, on the street, they laugh, they scoff, they think everything is a joke. Right, so these times come down, man. When Jacob's Trouble comes in full swing, these people gonna get caught up out there, man. And ultimately, when the missiles come down, they're gonna just be totally destroyed, man. Right? They're gonna get vaporized in this place. They happen to still be alive and make it that far, because you're gonna have a lot of people getting murked, getting put down there in Jacob's Trouble because of these different troops coming down, these different police groups, like it says in Isaiah 10, treading our people like the mire and the clay, the miry clay, like the mire in the streets, which means doo-doo, by the way. All right, and yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy times. Wars against the government, race wars, American against American, Egyptian against Egyptian, political war. It's gonna be something. All right. So I'm gonna let that be that. I'm gonna find this. Shalom.